Recorded Books and One Click Digital present Raw by Mark Haskell Smith. Narrated by Peter Berkrot. Chapter 1. Seattle.
Did you really hook up with Roxy Sandoval?
Everywhere he went, people asked him the same question. Like it must have been fake. Like they couldn't believe their eyes, even though it was happening right there on the TV. 25 million people tuned in and saw the white sheets tented over their bodies as Roxy's head bobbed up and down, and Sepp moaned and thrashed like a porn star being electrocuted. But they still had to ask. He'd been aware of the cameras for sure. You don't go on a show like Sex Crib and not know that there are cameras in every single room. The place was totally wired for video and sound. They would have put a minicam inside the toilet if they could get the footage past standards and practices. Did he really hook up with Roxy Sandoval? Dude, Sepp and Roxy had hooked up in about every way a man and a woman could attach to or insert their various body parts in each other. They did it backwards, forwards, upside down and sideways. And then they did it again. And again. Everyone had seen it. And the footage that didn't make the show, the raw stuff, that was available for only $39.99 on the special adults-only DVD. It was like a network-authorized amateur sex tape with real production value. Sepp especially liked the way his eyes looked in the night vision cameras, that weird inside glint that shined out, like he was some kind of night-stalking, Roxy-banging jungle cat. A puma, maybe. Didn't you watch the show? The guy asking about Roxy must have weighed 300 pounds, a mass of pasty flab cloaked in a fluorescent green Seattle Sounders jersey. For sure. I've seen all your shows. My favorite was Love Express. But I always wondered about Roxy. Was she as hot as she looked? Sepp reached up and dragged his fingers through his spiky brown hair. A stylist on the show had spent hours giving him a razor cut, so he'd always look like he'd just climbed out of bed. She'd shown him how to apply a dab of product and tussle it just right, so he could do it anywhere. He blinked his blue eyes at the guy, eyes that some snarky reporter on E! Had said looked a little too close together. Sepp didn't think so, but whatever, dude. Let the haters hate. You don't get named one of People magazine's sexiest men alive with scrunched-up eyes. Sepp looked up from the book-signing table. What do you think? The guy smiled. Yeah, I think she'd be hot. Sepp flashed his freshly veneered teeth and took the book out of the guy's clammy grip. TV doesn't lie. Sepp rapped his knuckles on the cover of the book. And the rest is all in here, amigo. Sepp said this with confidence, as if he'd actually written his book. But the truth was that he hadn't had much to do with it except wasting a couple days hanging out with the ghostwriter, listening to him whine about how he couldn't meet women and nobody liked him, and Brooklyn was overrated, and the world was just a big bucket of shit. Sepp didn't know why the book wasn't the true story of his life, but it had something to do with the network owning his life rights or something. So the book was a novel, some made-up stuff that was like his story but not exactly his story. It was close enough. The hero was a reality TV star with a tight body, so it was like only part fictional. That's pretty much all Sepp knew about it. And really, he looked amazing on the cover, and his name was the same size as the book's name, so like, how cool is that? His agent said it was all part of their overall brand strategy for him. Plus, they'd paid him a lot of money. Sepp opened the book to the title page, the part that said, Totally Reality, a novel. Underneath that it said, Sepp Gregory. So awesome. Would you like it personalized? Brenda had told him to ask that. She was the publicity person at his publisher, and she knew everything about selling books. She told him it would keep people from selling the book on eBay if their name was written in it. The guy nodded. Make it to Blake. Sepp personalized it, then signed his name, making a dramatic swooping S, followed by a few tight loops to...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?